Now, let's delve into the data management foundation of Boardwalk. In this exploration, we'll examine the storage process of a cell from an Excel workbook in both the Boardwalk digital ledger and the underlying SQL database. Let's say our Excel workbook contains the model of the application. We know that each sheet of the model contains rows and columns that contain data and formulas. There may be some attachments too, and we will focus on how the data is stored in the Boardwalk digital ledger. The model data, when stored in Boardwalk's digital ledger, is stored at the cell level. Each cell within the digital ledger is assigned a global address, for example A1. As mentioned earlier, the ID of the user and the time that the user sent the data to the ledger is stored too. Let's take the situation that two changes are made to this cell, the initial value being A, then subsequently changed to B and then to C. We could have started with a formula in the cell as denoted by fx1 in the slide for value A. The value B changed, however the formula stayed the same. Next, the formula was changed to fx2 and resulted in a change in the value to C. Each of the changes has a user ID, time of change and a transaction ID associated with it. In the underlying SQL database, there is a record of all the changes for the cell. You will notice that the global address remains the same, however the address of the changes is different, and they are all associated with the same global address. So, when the data is requested by the user, the latest data is brought back to the workbook. And, when an audit trail is requested, then based on the time frame the historically changed values are brought from database into the workbook on a different tab. The data in the spreadsheet is in the form of a business rectangle consisting of rows and columns. The rows and columns have a position in the rectangle. Thus, the cell also has a fixed position within the rectangle, which is also preserved in the digital ledger. The cells in the Excel workbook have a position associated with them, i.e., they appear in a certain sequence as modeled by the user. This positionality of the data is also stored within the database. So, when the data is retrieved, the model is replicated in the user's workbook view. The user continues to work in Excel as the user interface, thus there is no change management when migrating to Boardwalk. Boardwalk provides an improved user experience. Advantages of using the Boardwalk's digital ledger: one can audit the data based for who made the changes and when the changes were made. The digital ledger provides you with access control capabilities and provides workflow and collaboration capabilities. Data can be validated both in Excel and at the database level, providing integration capabilities with enterprise systems. Additional capabilities of having master model and master formula can also be configured. Using an underlying proven database engine provides with capabilities for archiving the database, regular backups of the database can be scheduled, and the ability to failover as an option is available. Since a database is being used to store the data, the application deployed with Boardwalk can scale.